Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 17 of the ORL season here in Japan. We have only 5 races remaining of the season, including this one, and currently Calcifer has a hefty 70-point lead over FormulaDani. Can FormulaDani close down that gap? Well, taking pole for Japan is always a good shout. Calcifer, meanwhile, down in 5th place. Williams Tim locks out the front row. As usual, we always seem to see FormulaDani and Tim locking out that front row. Crow doing a good job in 3rd place. While Donoso, he qualified on the hard soft tyres to take 4th. But it's now raining. So that throws his strategy out the window, which is a massive, massive shame for Donoso. Photon took 6th ahead of VP Marek. Then Black Panther in 8th ahead of Flex's Marcy. And then the shock of the session, Mark unable to find the pace here at Suzuka, and he is down in 10th place. Elsinger in 11th ahead of Weebs. Twin Barrel J, Toffee. Emilio takes 15th ahead of Shez. Myla and Barney had penalties before we went into qualifying, so they weren't allowed to set a lap in qualifying, which is why they're starting from the back of the grid. However, we are all set for an extremely entertaining race, because if you guys remember back to Silverstone, Williams Tim was very, very fast in the weight. He was absolutely dominant. Remember how much of a lead he pulled out ahead of Crow, and I believe it was Velocity James at the time. So we could be in for another wet weather masterclass from Tim. Crow did well in that race, so we're going to have to see how it all pans out. Guys, get your predictions into the lobby. We're going to have to turn on our telemetry. We'll have position change for the start, gap, interval, and we'll have it on the broadcast camera. Right, guys, so as the drivers start lining up, if it was real, if it was essentially real F1, the inside would be better. Less rubber on the inside heading into turn 1. So less rubber means more grip in the wet. However, all the drivers are lined up, so let's just watch out for the lights now here for round 17 at this 3.6 mile circuit. 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. FormulaDani gets a good start, or Calcifer has a bit of a moment in the background, and FormulaDani's going to get away cleanly. Williams Tim also with a decent start. Velocity Photon has gained a lot of places, as has Mark. Let's just go down the order and sit on board with Flex's Marcy and see if we can see some of the excitement up ahead. A bit of contact between Calcifer and Marcy. This is not what Calcifer wanted for this start. He's lost 4 places, and up ahead we're seeing a little bit of contact, I think, but Photon trying to find a way through onto Crow. Any other big changes? Barney's found a few places. Weebs and Toffee have lost out as well. Fairly big as Calcifer's going to go down the inside of Marcy into Degner too. He's going to make the move stick. Good move from Calcifer. Black Panther's going to try to follow Calcifer through, and he will do successfully into the hairpin. And there's contact. Flexes Marcy catches the back of Black Panther. I'm not sure if he's lost his wing, as Elsinger's having a moment. Black Panther and Marcy make more contact. Crazy scenes here on lap 1 here for round 17 at Suzuka. Marcy and Panther both run wide, which leads me to believe that they both have wing damage. Let's see if they pit at the end of the lap, but Donoso really close to Photon as we're heading into 130R. But Photon has a massive moment. This could be big. Can Donoso find a way through on the outside into the chicane? He's going to do it. Donoso will move up into 4th place, but Photon, he has got a decent run. Meanwhile, FormulaDani trying to pull that lead at the front of the pack. Photon, he's in the slipstream. Can he find a way through? No, he can't. Donoso will eventually make that move stick and move up into 4th place. I've lost my voice. It's already gone. I don't have water. I'm dying. Panther and Marcy are still going round. Hopefully we can get clarification as to whether we will see any dry patches in this race, but Twin Barrel J getting really close to Elsinger, and we're seeing a massive bunching up of cars now, all because of that collision, double collision between Marcy and Panther. But let's try to stay ahead with the group for the lead, which is FormulaDani followed by Tim and Crow. These positions haven't changed since the start of the race. In the wet, just a little tiny left, but Crow's gonna look for the inside. Tim tries to leave a little bit of room, and Crow won't be able to find a way through. FormulaDani's able to pull away. This is working into his hands really well. Tim's gonna go defensive. Crow's gonna go for the outside into turn 1. Can he do it? No, he can't. He's gonna have to wait for another opportunity because Tim's defending. But Twin Barrel J, he has retired. What's going on here? Twin Barrel J and Weebs have had a coming together on the exit of the chicane. We've just missed that. And Weebs has got the penalty for the collision. And Toffee has a 5-second stop-go penalty for ignoring yellow flags. But Toffee had to ignore it because he couldn't get through otherwise. He was overtaking the crashed car. Crow only 4/10ths down onto Tim. Barney gonna break earlier. Elsinger runs wide. Tim's retired from the session. What's going on up ahead? Tim's in the wall. What has happened? We move away for 5 seconds. And that's crazy. As Elsinger, there's a virtual safety car is out. Could we see a pit stop from some of these guys? Flex's Marcy, will he come into the pits? No. Oh, Marek's run wide through the entry into the final corner. This could mean that Mark will be able to get the run that he needs. Let's switch over to the broadcast camera. He's in the slipstream. He's going to try to go for the inside. Marek covers the inside, but Mark just does not have the overspeed to find a way through, and he's going to have to settle for 5th place. The only way it seems that you're going to get through here at Suzuka is if someone makes a mistake. But Crow just can't get the drive. FormulaDani's got to come into the pit. This is the best possible time to see FormulaDani pit because Crow was right on his tail coming into as FormulaDani came into the pit. But it's a 5-second penalty for Calcifer. Remember, neither of these guys at the front have picked up a penalty. Into first now. Crow is going to lose a whole bunch of position. Well, Crow not a whole bunch. He'll lose 2 seconds in that pit phase. So the undercut worked really well for FormulaDani. And on top of that, Crow has a 3-second time penalty. But Calcifer takes the lead of the Grand Prix for now. So Shez getting well out of the way. Calcifer. So watch the gap to Crow. Currently 3.5 seconds. Now as FormulaDani is going to go around the outside. Calcifer looking for a way through. He's going to push his way through. And he's not going to be able to make it work. Looking for a gap that didn't exist there. And Calcifer is forced to yield the position. Trying his best. I think he did want to hold up FormulaDani as much as he could for the championship. But he was unable to. FormulaDani having none of it. Forcing his way through as quickly as possible. 15 points at the end as Photon picks up another 3-second time penalty. That's 9 seconds worth of penalties. As Mark has a look down the inside of the hairpin. He has to try to find some way through, but he's just unable to find anything at the minute. There's a green flag now, so not entirely sure. That's Emilio Sachs as Marek runs wide. This could be all that Mark needs. He gets a decent run now as Marek. He has desync. Did he go into the barrier? And Mark has managed to find a way through now, as there must have been some kind of issue there. But Marek making an unforced error heading into the chicane. And I feel like Mark may have found a way through regardless. But anyway, Mark up into 4th place and he will begin his hunt now onto Velocity Photon. As Marek retires from the session. So what's happened to Marek? Let's see if we can get a look. Has he gone into the pit lane entry again? Oh! As Calcifer, did he clip the pit wall? I think he did. But that is really bad for Marek. He runs into that pit wall once again. Just can't control the back end. Right at the back, and Mark picks up a 3-second time penalty. Whoa, is he really struggling? He's gonna have to come into the pits. So he must have had some damage to his front wing. Maybe he made contact. And Mark is retired from the session. And FormulaDani will win another race of ORL here at Suzuka for round 17. Crow, with a 3-second time penalty, will end up finishing 6 seconds behind. Final confirmation here. So Photon had 12 seconds, Calcifer had 3, Barney had none, and Marcy had none. Okay, so his 5 seconds must have been served in the race itself, but Barney will pick up a 6th place. Shares narrowly missing out on the points. Emilio Sachs will pick up the final point though. So we're with Mr. Dani, and once again another win for you. How does it feel?
It feels amazing because I can eat lasagna afterwards. And I finish the race as fast as possible to eat lasagna as soon as possible.
So every time you win you get lasagna, so what do you give yourself for food if you don't win?
I still eat lasagna, but in another way of emotions.
Cold.
It's my how do you say when you are sad and you use something,
is
an
it
object
like,
or even a...
Is it like when you're depressed and you're just eating like, I'm so sad,
Yeah.
it's like, and then like when you win you're like, yes, and you just savor every flavour.
Yes, exactly. Like
Okay.
lasagna is good for everything.
Your
Okay.
6th win of the season. How many more do you plan on getting?
I try to win every race I start on, and this was another one. I was actually very happy about the rain because I never did rain on this track before, and it was very good to try my skills out. And Crow was extremely fast, so congratulations to him. I tried to save tires and control the space and the pace, and I only focused on 2 major exits when he would have gotten overtaking opportunity. So basically this was my strategy. I didn't try to push that hard. I also knew that by the second half of the race he did have a penalty because Jeff told me, so I wasn't depressed at all, but I still just tried to keep it consistent and do my best job. In the last lap I tried to do the fastest lap time, and actually I managed to do that, but Fab Racer's desync car was just there in the S's in the first sector, and I lost about 3/10, and I was quite frustrated there. But I still managed to do that, so I'm very happy about that too. It's a pole position, a fastest lap, and a race win. So, what more should I expect?
I just wanted to ask: did you guys know in qualifying that it was going to be a wet race?
No, I did not check.
I knew it, and February, so I didn't understand why he started on soft tires.
Yeah,
I mean, after the qualification session, I wrote him on Steam that, sorry Feb, but you messed it up like so bad.
Because I saw the soft tires, and I myself didn't know it was going to be a wet race, and I was saying, oh, that's a quick lap on soft tires. He's in good position for the race, and then the race screen loaded it as well. I was like, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But next race is America, USA, Austin. How are you feeling for that? Is that one of your good tracks? So are you expecting another one?
Yeah, I mean, just to do the mind games, that's my favorite track.
Okay.
So be prepared, guys.
What's okay? So you have to admit now. What's your least favorite track on the calendar?
To be honest, it used to be Hungary, in my own country, because I just don't like it. But I started to get the hang of it, and now I do not hate it. My worst track for racing, and not because of my pace, because I'm fast there, it's Monaco. I absolutely hate racing there. There is absolutely no racing at all, so I do not even know why I'm telling racing. It's basically a qualification session or a time trial, whatever, but not proper racing, and I hate it, to be honest.
You know what? Respect for you for saying that. I hate Monaco too. So there you go.
Okay.
Great
So
minds think
hashtag
alike.
hating Monaco.
Hashtag get rid of Monaco off the F1 calendar.
Yeah. I don't want more street tracks. I mean, when Liberty Media says that, okay, street tracks are coming, and I'm like, no, they are not coming. Maximum like Baku kind of tracks are okay, but no Monaco or even Singapore. I really enjoyed it, but in real life, it's extremely hard to overtake and have a good fight there, because if you manage to overtake, it's always in the straight and no DRS, and it's just a bypass. There are very small scenarios when there is a good battle in Singapore.
I feel like the street circuits like Albert Park, Canada, and even Valencia when we had it, they were decent ones, but Monaco's just nah.
Yeah. Valencia, that was my favorite when it was in the game. That's a good track.
Right. Okay. I will leave you to your victory, Lasagna. So congratulations on your win, and best of luck for next week in
Okay.
Austin.
Yes. Thank you, guys. See you in the next week. I head off now, but yeah, have a nice evening.
See you.
All right, Crow, second place. It looked so close for a bit towards the end of that first stint. Did you ever consider going for the undercut?
I was thinking about the undercut, but then Danny pit so much earlier than I expected. Maybe he was struggling with tires, or I don't know. So he did the undercut on me, and I go held in the pits actually, but Chez did a pit stop before me, so I lost like a good 2 seconds there. But I had a penalty, so which is very unfortunate, because I got a penalty for going wide into turn 1. I lost maybe a second. It was pretty stupid. And but yeah, I wasn't expecting this result, because I didn't do any practice for the rain, just like Danny. But yeah, I'm happy with P2, that I know that I can stay on Danny's pace, and I'm looking forward to next race.
And we've got a question from the chat, which is, what was your first thought when you saw it was going to be a wet race?
I did not know it was a wet race. I didn't check.
Okay.
So I fully prepared for like a dry race, but I set up everything, and then I load up the screen, and it's raining intermediates. Yeah. But
Okay.
since I like the rain, it went pretty well. So yeah.
So could we say then, if you had a wet setup, you would have won?
I don't know if I would have won, because it's still FormulaDani in front of me. So I don't know. Maybe I would have been closer, but that was a good fight anyways.
All right. Well, congratulations. And how you feel? Will we see you next week in Austin?
Probably yes. I despise that track. I think it's pretty stupid. Yeah, I really don't like that track, but I guess we have to race in it.
Oh, well, best of luck for your despised circuit then, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Right. Sorry, I need to remember where my Steam thing is. Right. Okay, Photon isn't here, so Calcifer, are you ready?
Yep.
Right. Fourth place, which I'm gonna guess you're fairly pleased with.
I'm pleased with the place, but I'm not pleased with my driving.
There was one moment where you hadn't pitted and FormulaDani was closing up to you, and I was thinking that you were waiting for him to come so you could try to back him off into Crow. Was that your idea?
Exactly.
Okay, because
Yeah, exactly.
he got past you, and then I saw a cheeky little look going up into the hairpin of turn 11, and FormulaDani was like, nope, I'm closing the door on you.
Yeah, I got so bad run out to fix it, and yeah, and I got easily passed. Sadly.
It's a shame, because it looked like you had the pace in the drive from qualifying.
Yeah, but my setup was not the best. But when it came to end, like late in the race, it was like amazing, actually. But yeah, I got 5-second penalty again for minimal cut, so it's a shame.
Did you happen to see what happened ahead? I can't remember who was in the fight, but did you see what happened ahead with Marit?
I think he crashed out the last corner. There's a little bump, and then you lose the rear end, and probably he crashed into the pit.
Fair enough. Well, you've minimised the deficit in the championship. Let me just remind myself of the points. So 25, to 12. So you only lost 13 points in that race, which is kind of on the bubble of the minimum points that you want to lose in a race, isn't it?
It's still bad. Let's say so.
Okay. Well, heading
Need to do
into
better.
going into Austin, then, how are you feeling for that? Is it a track you enjoy, or?
It's 50-50. I haven't really raced on it, so I don't know how it feels on this year's game.
Fair enough. Well, best of luck for that race, and as you said before, a decent result anyway. That has been round 17 here at Japan, and once again FormulaDani takes a win, his 6th win of the season, so he closes that gap at the top of the standings by, let me just double check that, I don't want to say the wrong number because I will get eaten up alive. He closes the gap by 13 points. Ferrari also closed the gap to Renault, so that gap's sitting at about 20, just under 20 points. So with 4 races to go, the championship for both the Drivers and Constructors Championship are still alive. Join us next week at 7:30 p.m. GMT for round 18 at Austin, Texas. Thank you guys very much for joining, and see you next week.